Hey friends, I'm Jennifer LaGuardia, always here with you to be your encouraging voice. I know it's been a couple of weeks and I am so excited to be back with you all and share some really exciting news. I recently made a ginormously big move to Dallas, Texas. Talk about a leap of faith. But as all the confirmations started to unfold, truly divine confirmations, and as all the details had started falling into place, what had me just as excited about making this move was finally starting to see why, looking back about a year and a half ago, doors back then had closed I wasn't expecting to close. So long story short for this video, a year and a half ago, life took a turn I did not see coming. Something I thought was going to work out one particular way did not, and I was faced with a disappointing set of circumstances I saw playing out way differently than it did. Doors closed I was not expecting to close and pretty much just had my faith to hold on to. And having to make the call, either stay stuck obsessing over why is this happening? I cannot believe this is happening. Or accept the fact that it's happening the way it is, and though I cannot control that, trust that there is an infinitely greater plan and purpose being orchestrated behind the scenes. Just trust that this setback is a setup for something so much bigger than I would have ever considered. And friends, I mean this with all my heart. For anyone listening right now who might have gone through a super disappointing setback, the reason I was able to go from where I was a year and a half ago to where I am in my life right now is getting to a place of peaceful surrender and trust in a power so much greater than myself, and having a purpose tied to something so much greater than myself. So the best way I know to describe this so it makes sense is how you'd have a deeply meaningful, emotionally intimate relationship with anyone. You have to not only know and trust that person, but trust how that person feels about you, and know from the core of your soul that person has your back. This kind of relationship is not just with your favorite humans, it's with a higher power I personally refer to as God. The reason my faith became front and center of my life is because of my experience knowing God. I've been through a lot in my lifetime, and God transformed every heartbreak and train wreck into a miracle and a masterpiece. And with every mega challenge I've been up against, God showed up in ways that shifted the trajectory of what I thought was so perfect into something I would not change for the world, which is why I can say with 100% certainty that when a door closes, when things not only do not work out the way you hoped, it looks like a hurricane just barreled through and you're left feeling at a complete loss. God is behind the scenes creating space and repositioning you for something infinitely greater than you could have ever come up with for yourself. When you're left with nothing to hold on to but faith, awesome. Best place to be. I will say that. Yes, it's ridiculously terrifying, but going back to what I was sharing about having emotional intimacy and being able to trust and know from the core of your soul how that special someone feels about you, and that they always have your back, no matter what crazy you might be trying to navigate through right now. Friends, know that beyond the shadow of a doubt, God is more for you and with you than anything you can comprehend. He is the supreme and ultimate energy force of pure unconditional love, intensely and intentionally moving on your behalf. God can turn anything around if you give it to Him. God can take your situation and turn it into something you would have never considered as a possibility. And what is especially mind-blowing to me is that it's definitely not just about you. It's also for all those you are meant to connect with and reach. Your story is going to become someone else's reason to keep going. When God puts something on your heart, it's there for a reason. Great purpose and destiny lives on the inside of you, my friends. And from my experience, it doesn't break through into great fruition along some easy path. It emerges out of a lot of pain, a lot of struggle. It emerges from the deep, dark places you might wonder if you'll ever get out of. The pathway towards fulfilling great purpose and destiny leads you through this process that initially might feel like a personal hell. Nothing makes sense, but it's in the process, in that part of the journey, you find your personal power, strength, stamina, and resilience. Strength you didn't even know you had. You find your authentic self. Friends, you have no idea the powerful force you are. I want to ask you something. What is it that you want more than anything in this life? If today were your last day, what would matter to you more than anything? If you were on a mission, what I call your revolution of hope, your way of taking the lead and helping others through what you've overcome, what would be that revolution of hope? What if you're being prepared for something so much bigger than anything you could have ever planned for your life? What if there could be a key relationship you would have never in a million years thought you'd come across had you not been in the throes of this mess you'd give anything to get out of right now? Just something to think about. I love you guys so, so much, and I'm always here by your side cheering you on. Keep going. God's got you, and with all my heart, I believe beyond the shadow of any doubt what you have to look forward to is so much more incredible than what's behind you. Keep going. There will be so many who will be grateful you did. Have the most beautiful day, and I can't wait to see you to connect in prayer later this week.